Concern that we have as a parliament, because the financial year of the national government ends at the same time as the financial year of the county government. And you can imagine the amount of money that has now been pushed to the county government, and they have about 10 days to spend. In essence, it means either there will be a spending spree, or money will be returned. And there is a proposal that we are working on to stagger the two financial years. If the financial year of the county government can at least be staggered at least 2 months, in around August, the 30th of August, to be the end of the financial year for the county government, then they will have sufficient time to make sure that they utilize the funds that will be transferred to them by the end of today. There's also a caution that we're also throwing to the ministries, departments and agencies, that despite the fact that we have the Treasury has pushed a lot of money, we should not see a spending spree, whereby they're even buying furniture that they don't need. You even see buying new computers that they don't need. You even see people buying vehicles that they don't need. We will be very, very diligent and make sure that public money is not misappropriated. However, that one has to be anchored in law, and it is something I'm working on as a chairman of budget together with my committee to see that in the next financial year, we will have that staggered financial year, basically for fiscal prudence, because in the past, in the 2019-2020, there was about 26 billion that was supposed to go to county governments. But unfortunately, since the time lapsed, that money went back to the national government. But the advantage of county government funds, it is not lost. It will still be appropriated in the following financial year. And since this financial year, we have given the county, the next financial year, we have given the county government 370 billion of equitable share. Yeah. And in fact, there will also be about another 40 billion shillings of the share of the conditional grants, which of course will now go to totaling to about 409 billion shillings. That amount can only be expended if, of course, there is exchequer releases that commensurate, with the projects that are on the ground.
The release of the exchequer. It is very unfortunate that the CS Treasury indicated like he has given us some money from somewhere so that we can clear all the pending bills. It's not true. The truth of the matter is that the money he has given us is otherwise money that was supposed to have been paid in the previous months, in the month of April, in the month of March, and in the month of May. So the money he has given us, the first priority is to pay salaries. Okay, then we have to pay the suppliers. Even as we pay pending bills, we have to pay some of the current suppliers, because those are the people who will sustain you. If you are buying non-farm, if you are buying pharmaceuticals for the next period, you have to do that. But yes, among the bills that we are going to pay are pending bills. But let's not cheat ourselves. This is not money that was given that the only purpose is to clear pending bills. It's money that otherwise would have been released earlier on. But all those 2 months have come in within 1 week, and normally when you get the money, you have to request the controller of budget for expenditure. We'll be given a window of about 2 weeks or so before the systems close, so that we can be able to spend that money, because it would be a futile exercise for us to get the money and then the systems are closed immediately and the money reverts back to Treasury. But yes, we feel relief. We still want to insist that we should be paid our June, because today is the end of the month, and the requirement of the law is that we should be paid by 15th of the following month. So we hope that we'll be paid June, so that we can clear the year and we start the new year on a clean slate.